welcome. This is the newsroom for today, Wednesday, August 20th. Host the 19th broadcasting to you on E1 Tarty, MTN, or City of Article. In the headlines, former Attorney General Anil Nandlall seeks an order from the High Court to force the President Cabinet to resign. The Liberty and Justice Party has revealed what it is calling a 5-year futuristic manifesto. Police have issued a wanted bulletin for the man who murdered the mother of his 3 children. First on says that dominated roles in advertisements on television help fuel domestic violence and the court takes its job as it dealt 2019 bulletin of looms. The news, I'm Neil Marks. We're glad you could join us. Former Attorney General Anil Nandlall has approached the High Court for an order compelling the Cabinet, including the President, to resign, given the successful passage of the December 21st no-confidence motion. The former Attorney General is seeking the order, and if not, a mandatory order compelling the Cabinet, including the President, to give effect to the resignation of the Cabinet, which occurred by operation of law of the passage of the motion of no confidence in accordance with and pursuant to Article 106 of the Constitution. In a petition to the court, Mr. Anil Nandlall argues that 9 months after the passage of the said no confidence motion, Cabinet, inclusive of the President, has failed and or neglected and or omitted to resign. He noted that in January 2019, multiple legal challenges were launched against the validity, legality, and constitutionality of the said no confidence motion, and the ruling was made by Chief Justice Acting Ross in Wiltshire on January 21st. Nandlall quoted the Chief Justice when she ruled that the resignation of the Article 106 is immediate effect for the defeat of the government, a vote of no confidence by a majority of all the elected members of the National Assembly. The cases were appealed, and in the final judgment given by the Caribbean Court of Justice, Nandlall noted that the court ruled that the motion was properly passed, and that upon the passage of the motion of no confidence in the government, the clear provisions of Article 106 were immediately became engaged. Given the Cabinet resigned, it is not the argument the government is in breach of the Constitution, and the court has an jurisdiction and constitutional duty to grant appropriate remedies whenever the Constitution is likely to be contravened, is being contravened, or has been contravened. The Attorney General has been named as the respondent. Liberty and Justice Party, the LJP, led by pilot Lennox Schumann, will this Friday launch its manifesto for the coming general elections. We present it as a futuristic 5-year plan to ensure political stability, safety and security, inclusive economic growth and development to Guyana, and prosperity for all its people. Earlier, I spoke with Mr. Schumann about the contents of the manifesto. So, Mr. Schumann, you're presenting your manifesto as a futuristic plan.
Correct.
First, I want to ask you about this plan to link Guyana by roads and railways, and this plan to transform the infrastructure of Georgetown. Tell me a bit about that.
Well, it is needed. First, we have partners to our east, south, and west that we have not been able to develop strong relations with. We have not been able to utilize the trading bloc that we are within. That being said, we have many communities who would like to get products in and out of those border towns. And I think linking them is the only logical way to ensure our economy grows and that we develop stronger relations with our neighboring countries. In terms of Georgetown, if you look at the infrastructure of Georgetown, right now is almost at its saturation point with vehicles. And for us to start, when we become a soil-rich nation, as everyone's talking about, and people start bringing in more cars, look at where the majority of the population exists. It's within the coast, and a lot of it is in Georgetown, the business center. So in order to do that, what we have to do is either restructure the entire city or move the capital to a different location. Both of those are part of our plan and how we're going to invest.
Yes, because you want to move government buildings and the diplomatic center out of Georgetown.
We have to be realistic. Climate change is going to affect us. In 20, 25 years, maybe 30 years, when Georgetown is underwater, are we going to wait until then to have the conversation, or can we start the conversation now? Can we start planning now? Because climate change, when it happens, it's going to be gradual, and we have to start gradually implementing the things that need to be done to address climate change.
In education, you don't want to give a child a bursary until the age of 18. Can you give your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. And this is taken from a Canadian structure. Right? Canada is grossly underpopulated and they're heavily taxed. I'm not saying that the same is relevant in Canada. We are so grossly underpopulated. But what we have not done is supported the families who struggle every day to make ends meet. And part of that is how we support our children who want to go to school. People talk about uniforms and they're going back to school uniforms. If you provide subsidy here, yes. But if you only provide one or two uniforms, and this is more real for some of the far-flung communities where kids are paddling, they're boat sinks, they go to school wet, and then they say, Miss, we boat sink. Okay, we'll go home and come back tomorrow. So what happens if the boat sinks again? So basically you're restricting them in that sense. The bursary now provides if they need more uniforms, if they need to deal with their school supplies and all of these things, it would help support families in that sense. We don't want to give anyone a lump sum, $10,000, $20,000, $1 million. Because what's going to happen is when that money is spent, there will be nothing tangible that you'll be able to see from that. So we are going to disperse it over time and ensure that meaningful support can be African schools, New Guyan schools, we actually afford these things
For agriculture, you're talking about new bits of land available. You still want to give out lease to for agriculture? Talk me some of it.
We have a tremendous amount of investors with our borders. When I say borders, I mean, in foreign countries, who are Guyanese. And they want to come back and invest in Guyana, but we're not provided the right avenue for them to come back and invest. But it's that we can't free up some of this land that we see people are now hoarding. And tell and say, look, you're able to come and participate in these various sectors, and we can't provide the support via lease agreements, and stuff like that.
Kind of creation of a national company, basically, and we're insisting on that we can manage an oil refinery here when people say that it makes sense.
Well, here's the thing. Look, it's important not to do oil. You have to sign a statement to cause oil. And you have to look at where the experts are coming from countries where they already enjoy the benefit of oil refineries in them. We understand in one nation we have to grow our population to about 3 million. The needs of the country are going to be far, far greater than what we have right now. So it is only logical for our energy security, and I talk about Guyana's energy security, that we explore all possibilities that are benefit Guyanese. There is something that has not made it to the lips of some people who are in policy-making positions. We have trillions of feet of natural gas, and no one seems to want to talk about that. Yet that represents a significant amount of billions of dollars, and Guyana could be energy independent for over 200 years to come.
I notice a lot of your manifesto doesn't talk specifically about indigenous peoples. I don't know if that's deliberate so that your party doesn't look like an indigenous party. But apart from the Amarin land titling issue, what else is there in the manifesto for indigenous peoples?
The manifesto does not speak specifically to indigenous people. We're talking about everyone in the Chinese context. I think on the environment component, there is one there which has failed in a bilateral agreement between the Kingdom of Norway and Canada, with the titling of indigenous land. That has always been the key priority area. But what is also present in the manifesto is when we talk about national development, we have to realize that many communities, not only indigenous communities, but there are communities on the coast who have been that far behind from Georgetown. And Georgetown is up here, and all those communities are down here. So what we have to do is bring all those communities up here, and then all of us move forward here. And that is what we aim to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Guyana Resource has issued a wanted bulletin for 37-year-old Clive Wilson, who allegedly stabbed the mother of 3 children to death on August 25th at George Village, East Coast, Demerara. Line 1 with information that may lead to his arrest is asked to contact Clare's police station. 27-year-old Charmaine Frank was asleep at her Victoria home when Wilson gained entry to the house from a window and stabbed her to death. relatives told the newsroom that the woman was not just the mother to her three children, but also had taken up the mother role for her five siblings. The newsroom reported that the young mother had ended the relationship after years of abuse. First Lady Sandra Granger, in a recent interview, noted that male-dominated roles portrayed in advertisements and television shows help to fuel domestic violence. Isanella Patro has more.
The First Lady Sandra Granger is urging persons to start looking at the root causes of domestic violence, what ignites violence, especially in men. The First Lady believes doing this will enable a better understanding of this issue. The First Lady spoke during an interview after two women were recently killed by their partners within 4 days of each other. On the 3 Frank also stabbed her reputed husband at her story home. The further the violence being perpetrated by men may listen to what they see on television.
So I think it's a lot of social issue. We also have to look at the economic issue because many times women say, well, man, because they say, how can I find my children? I have nowhere else to go. You have instances where the families tell my child to go back. It's fun. But face it, when they took their vows, regardless of religion, it was going to respect and honor each other, not to have one person dominating and in control of the other.
The First Lady noted that domestic violence is not only physical violence,
but there's also violence against the person, which could be psychological abuse. I mean, really belittling a person in any relationship, which is a symbol of the power of the truth. And this happens throughout the country, across races, across classes, across ethnicities. So we have to say what it is that makes people feel that they must demonstrate this power, because it's not proof, it's power against a person. The egos of males are so stunted that they cannot accept that the woman decides, I don't think I want to go with you anymore.
it would also highlight that domestic violence is also perpetrated by a small percentage of females when compared to males. The First Lady reminded that the human family education starts at the nursery level.
But I think we have to look at this. How do we perceive each other? And it goes back to the kind of training and socialization that our children get from the inception. And you may know I've always been an advocate of age from nursery, because that is when young people learn to understand who and what we are, and why we are different, and why they like other people. So we start age appropriate language at nursery level.
She expressed her disappointment when a lot of these cases are not prosecuted to the full extent of the law because the victims feel sorry for their perpetrators, thinking of how they will survive without them financially.
My view has always been, if a case is reported, regardless of what comes after, regardless of the compensation which or his family might pay the victim and her family, the case must be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And people have to understand that this is a serious crime.
According to the First Lady, women need to be more educated and empowered so they will not be easily trapped into relationships, and the men need male role models in the home. Reporting from Newsroom, it's another battle.
When the returns, a CID officer is charged with beating a man in Ghana Goldfield, says underground mining explorations County Newsroom. A member of the Ghana Police was on Wednesday charged before City Magistrate Leron Daly for inflicting grievous bodily harm. 32-year-old Colwyn Major of Lebanon Detention, East Coast Demerara, pleaded not guilty to the charge and was released on bail of $40,000. According to police, Major on May 4, 2019 at the Planter Cemetery unlawfully and maliciously inflicted grievous bodily harm in June. According to reports, Major, who's attached to the Criminal Investigations Department, was involved in a heated argument with Duke. It is alleged that Major became annoyed and dealt Duke several lashes about his body. Police prosecutor Richard requested that the defendant keep away from the victim since they're known to each other. The magistrate, after listening to the prosecutor, released Major on bail and adjourned the matter to September 26. Leslie Sobers, the chairman of the Ghana National Broadcasting Authority, is calling on broadcasters to air more local content on radio and television stations, recognizing that this may cost more. The authority is also here to help with funding.
Chairman of the Broadcasting Authority, Leslie Sobers, says there is a wealth of local content which can be aired via radio and television. The opening of a single GNB determines that the authority is looking to set up a revolving fund with around $25 million system and more local programs. He noted that the fund is only in its early stages. Additionally, the authority is also calling on television owners to put systems in place to facilitate persons with disabilities. The program money for the broadcasting reform to consequences for not catering the needs of the period.
Excessive, but at least we would urge our broadcasters to get on it. It couldn't be that much impacting on your some stage a person who is skilled in sign language in interpreting the news.
The Ghana National Broadcasting Authority is hosting a series of engagement to educate broadcasters. Underground mining is a process of extracting minerals and ores that are buried too far underground to be mined using surface mining methods. Many that the EPA has given the company a permit to pursue 500 years of underground exploration and test mining for 300,000 tons of ore.
We've gone down a couple of hundred meters, I think 300 or 400 meters, a little over 4 meters right now. Everything so far looking great. In other words, the rocks are cool. Some people thought it'd be hot. There's very little water. Some people thought there'd be a lot of water. Some are close to the river. None of that is true. The conditions are coming out better. We are now going to very soon begin to do drilling. We'll side drill to determine where the gold is. We hold it matches up to our model. Because our latest model for how much gold is here in that shown there was much more underground. We thought, and a little less in the pit. So that means our future is definitely underground. We need to eventually be able to go underground. So once we get a little more data for drilling stuff, and it's as positive as we suspect it is, then we will be going to the government to get permits, GGMC, EPA to do a full-blown underground.
Minister of Natural Resources, Raphael Trotman, said the target for their underground mining is 150,000 ounces of gold per annum.
This is historically, we had underground mining and before the States first started the only company doing it right now, and it's for the Chinese underground mine is a motor the function. So I believe that this is not first that we should be very proud of.
Meanwhile, the minister said that they were a bit setbacks for workers.
Demerara for each region.
And captive stallion of over approximately 25 pounds. Tomorrow
with a number of stakeholders. A laundromat, efficient service, a range of services that Joe Collymore has formed.
Chief Executive Officer of this
work hours that just are talking about laundry. So you just come down anytime here. We're here to serve you, to give quality service, superior service, clean, fresh, and like.
During the launch, Committee staff from Evening Belgrave sought to shed some light on the dangers of researches and customer friendly here that herself and Supreme Laundromat attendant are motivated to offer.
We at Supreme Laundromat are friendly and willing to do anything to ask concerning your clothes in terms of how to stay, how you want your clothes to be folded, iron, dry, clean.
The media was told that the laundromat will be using specialized and thick mixtures of detergents and formulas which have improved if customers best level cleaning at affordable cost. Supreme Laundromat can be contacted online through the Facebook pages and via their mobile contact 613-6727.
29 students who are part of a Youth Natural Resources Apprenticeship program recently visited and toured the Canadian-owned Guyana Goldfields to get a first-hand look at their operations.
29 youths from all the administrative regions in Guyana are on the Ministry of Natural Resources Apprenticeship Program. The program introduces the youths to the functions and operations of the natural resources sector and caters to the youths between age 15 and 18 years old. The group really visited the Guyana Goldfields incorporated at the Aurora Mines in Northwest Woodbury. The Minister of Natural Resources, Ruffle Ruffman, said that the experiences have been life-changing for youths.
You're excited, they're coming to the end of their 3 week intense program, and nothing gives me more satisfaction than to introduce them to man, because at the beginning the intention is and means to have them fall in love with the country, seeing different parts and meeting different people, and also to see the industries as worthwhile and not just the educational side. I mean, it's very important.
Free have already visited a lot of offices.
All of its majesty and its beauty, the forest, the wild animals, the mining, the work of men and women. So that's the idea, and this I believe is one of the most intense of the three cohorts.
Two of the students married from Oak.
I wanted to get my second. I've been doing natural science, my master's degree. In doing that, thinking about it, and it really wasn't for me. I decided to do something else, something sciencey, something that I might like. So I decided to join the program, so see what it's like. And
The financial weather and region Here's a hand of fast headlines from the Caribbean and around the world.
Thank you. We will start off with news from the region. At least 23 people have been killed in a Mexican bar fire that police believe followed an attack linked to drug cartels. The BBC reported that 8 women and 15 men died in the blaze in the White Horse bar in Port City, Veracruz on Tuesday night. Another 13 people were badly injured in the packed bar. Mexican media reported that the bar was peppered with gunfire and Molotov cocktails were thrown inside. Police and ambulances crowded the street in the aftermath of the fire. Veracruz regional governor said police were in pursuit of the attackers and vowed that they will not go unpunished. One woman standing nearby told a reporter for AFP that she was looking for her son. Like many others there, her son worked as cleaner at the bar and she had already searched the local hospitals. South American country statistically recorded response to the fires ravaging the Amazon basin next week. Results President Bolsonaro has announced it after he refused a G7 offer of $22 million following a pact with French President Emmanuel Macron. The BBC reports governors of the 9 worst affected regions have urged Bolsonaro to reconsider. Mr. Bolsonaro has now accepted Chile's offer of 4 planes to fight the fires, the most in Brazil since 2010. He revealed that all countries in the Amazon region, apart from Venezuela, will meet in December to discuss economic policy. However, after meeting his Chilean counterpart, Mr. Bolsonaro said he was not yet prepared to accept the G7 offer. The Amazon is a vital carbon store that slows down the pace of global warming. Trinidad and Tobago's opposition leader Campos Hodbe Cesar has said the country is in a state of economic emergency, and she predicts a trimming of the public service and fuel shortage at the pumps. Addressing supporters at the United National Congress, Hodbe Cesar asserted that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's attack on public servants is an indication of him setting the stage to fire some of them. The Newsday reported that she called on Rowley to come clean, asking whether he intends to fire public servants. She charged the role of government with turning the country into economic state of emergency, linking it to closure of the oil refinery Petrogen. Internationally, the UK Parliament will be suspended just days after parliamentarians return to work in September, and only a few weeks before the Brexit deadline. The BBC reported that Prime Minister Boris Johnson said a Queen's speech would take place after the suspension on October 14th to outline his very exciting agenda, but it means that the time parliamentarians have to pass laws to stop a no-deal Brexit on October 31st would be cut. House of Commons Speaker John Bercow said it was a constitutional outrage. The Speaker, who was not traditionally comment on political announcements, said that it's obvious the purpose of suspending Parliament now would be to stop parliamentarians from debating Brexit and performing its duty in shaping a course for the country. German children brought to Romania under a program to help troubled youths were instead held in slavery-like conditions, prosecutors allege. The BBC reported that 8 suspects, including a German couple, are suspected of trafficking and abusing a minor through a German state-funded project. Romanian prosecutors alleged that minors were treated in humiliating and degrading ways. Government officials said they were in contact with Romanian authorities. The project website aims to rehabilitate troubled youths. It's or drug addiction, offering recreational activities and psychological assistance at a farm in a northern Romanian region. But Romanian investigators say the youth were instead treated like slaves based on forced labor. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear petitions against federal government to revoke special status for Indian administered Kashmir. The BBC reported that the region has been under lockdown since August 5th when it was stripped of partial autonomy. The court said a 5-judge constitutional bench would hear all 14 petitions in the first week of October. It also asked the government to respond to those challenging the communications blackout and media restrictions. The BBC reported that there has been little news from the region as mobile networks and the internet have shut down, although a partial restoration of connectivity recently has enabled some landlines to start working again. The court observed that if a person wanted to travel to the region, then they should not be prevented from doing so, and allowed one of the petitioners to travel to meet his parents. The Indian government has justified its stance, saying the restrictions were needed to maintain law and order and prevent violence from breaking out on a mass scale. The decision has, however, sparked protests in the Muslim majority Kashmir Valley, some of which turned violent, but the government has maintained that the region has been largely calm. And that brings to the end of regional and international headlines. Back to you, Neil.
Thank you for his news with Avish Sani. Next, I'm Mark.
Welcome back to Newsroom. Here with tonight's part. In the points in the Virat side will now look to double that series result. Jason holds hope to third post lands and by his side that type form that scored a series victory against England earlier this year. It will not be an easy task since India have been clinical in this store, and any result of the win would be used as falling short for Kohli and his charges. As India's meanwhile will have the ability to rebound from the first starting to avoid any series of 8 matches or formats without a win with 1 match abandoned. As the Caribbean League's boss closer to double ticket sales is gaining momentum, that again Amazon Warriors media officer John announcing details in report. Ghana first 3 home games went on sale on August 19 at the Oyster Camp on Kwame Streets in Georgetown. Since then, there has been a steady flow of patrons securing their tickets for the biggest party in Mexico.
There was a lot of interest being shown persons and organizations, people grabbing tickets. There's been that early build up, and there's some parts of the day where you can not really find a space within the office behavior certification to sort of on the street. But generally, it's a steady flow. Some organizations must say thank you to them. They're actually buying tickets in bulk to give the staff and also give some promotions and so on. So it's really encouraging signs. Just to make really up ticket sales, and we expect to get closer to match days. Those with last minute tickets and those who decided if they want to go to see a CPL game, they were in the venues, the different ticket locations for tickets.
For the 3 home games, the Warriors will head off to 5 away matches before returning for the final 2 home games in early October.
Well, they're away tickets for the second leg of the CPL matches in Ghana for the Jamaica was on the trend because they tried matches will be on sale. So on the 9th of September, tickets for the second set of matches in Ghana will be on sale at the various locations.
Ramsey also used the opportunity to remind patrons to be edified the list of restricted and prohibited items in order to avoid unnecessary embarrassment and bottleneck on match days.
It's nothing new really, because it's an international venue. We have international players and so on. So once the cricket is at that level, they expect certain things from the spectators as well. no weapons. That's a very big thing. There's also a no smoking policy. And of course, no alcohol will be allowed from outside to go to the venue because lots of sponsors on board this year, including rum, and everything that really comes to spirits is going to be different in the rubber bars. So there's no need for you to walk with anything, just an open mind really as you go to the venue.
And Amazon restrictions are also available at new with an condition to be made available shortly.
And this is where you get paid for roll back years. Some persons like to say, remember a year for reason that I'd like to have a shot or something to remember that year. It's available for 23rd right on 2018. And there are two locations, the one in Berbice, 19 Mrs. Elizabeth Road in Amsterdam. This is only for kids and also in a sport in Mambakas General Store. Only the merchandise and memorabilia sale, you have to go to the 230 Campbell Street head office, the immediate location. Because we're close to March days, every day the ticket offices will be open. On weekends they open at 9, on Saturday go up to 5, and on Sunday 9 to 2. So pretty much every day patrons can get tickets.
Will run from September. Tournament in Portugal as well as everything. So more now as he heads off to Bristol for that country's international meet weekend, Andrew King said he truly enjoys his resign given the reliability of the car. King Green spoke to him earlier today.
Two-time defending Caribbean motor racing champion Andrew King will make a return to the Booty Park circuit for your international meet for September 1. His iconic Mazda RX-7, which he has made his share on the track since 1998, has become extremely reliable, which has allowed his fans to see silky and driving. It is an experience he is thoroughly enjoying.
You may have noticed that in the last 2 years, the car has become a lot more reliable than it had been previously. My take on motor racing now, as long as I'm able to compete and complete races, be competitive, the period of time when cars were breaking down and we were not able to complete races, was kind of depressing back then, but I'm trying to remember the sport.
With an estimated lap time of 1 minute and multiple high-speed turns, Bushy Park is rated as one of the most challenging, and King is eager to return to succeed. Last year, he got a first and a third place finish.
Dover in Jamaica, I think, is the toughest track in the Caribbean. We have not raced at the all-new circuit. Barbados is very challenging. It's a lot more challenging than our I had some good drives in Barbados years ago. We did do that well, but overall it's a fun track and very challenging. So on a good day, you have your car set up properly in your car as well, then I think you have a good chance of doing it.
He added, it's a competitive drive makes him always want to win, but in the most pure fashion.
More is a challenge, and I'm a competitive type person going back to the days of athletics in school, swimming, never did competitive cycling, but I tend to be competitive in all areas, so even though your car may not be up to speed, up to scratch or fast, the challenge for me is to trust in at all costs. Relative, we need to do craziness, but the variation of the vehicles policing used to be part of the big challenge because their parties were not as easily available as it is these days, and that was a big challenge to get to work with what you have, and try to make the best of that and raise the make a video superiority, but not superiority, but physical fitness, sure that you're I know it's a lot of preparation, and a lot of the cars are a lot more technologically advanced, a lot more electronic advanced, so people like myself kind of get left behind, so we have to depend on the younger technicians to do the tuning of the engines and all that, but we've got a good team. My team has been together for a long time, and I trust their judgment and their dedication has kind of kept me in this sport.
Racing since 1974, King just
realize that it's only go forward from here on up, and I'm just trying to I actually was someone about cricket. I tried to do something, play cricket as well, because I was trying to get as much thing as possible. Even when I was young, I wasn't hard what cricket is yet. I was just trying to just bad as much as I possibly can. And but for me, probably that one was when Gale played. I was here when they played against New Zealand. Gale scored a century or something in the game right here, and we won that game. That's probably one of the best memories I've had, or one of the memories I've had looking at this. To be honest, that feeling was just ecstatic playing such a fantastic team and such a strong team as well, and just of that victory, that series win for us, it was just feeling like good, and just hopefully we can replicate and do it in series.
What important thing is the
I do think it's a great initiative. I think bringing the numbers basically into Africa. I always thought that would have been something that would have been something classy, I think. And from there, the test grade will only get better. Looking at that last match and stuff like that, the numbers and the shirts and everything it just makes test grade seem just a little bit more exciting, I would think, and hopefully more viewers to look at it as well.
Help My will feature in the West Indies team for tomorrow's second test against India in Jamaica. And with that, we've come at the end of news for this evening. Of course, you can find it on these and other stories on our website, newsroom.gy, or our Facebook page, Newsroom Guyana. On behalf of the entire team here, and thanks for watching. See you back here tomorrow.
Sweetheart, everything is all set. By the time the guests arrive, no! This compressor will not kill me. This is the third time in 3 months it will get burnt. You bro, does it give you all these constant issues?
I enjoy the ultimate cooling experience of the Samsung Triangle AC. Thanks to its innovative triple protector, which ensures the AC works perfectly without stabilizer. Guess we have to bring the party here.
Yeah, we don't have a choice, do we? I have decided to buy the Samsung Triangle AC with its innovative triple protector that prevents it from damage by Choose the Samsung Triangle AC today. It's the coolest peace of mind.
Available at ACH Inc., the authorized Samsung distributor for Guyana. Telephone 227-7690.
In life, you cannot always choose what you do, but you can always choose who you are.
Ain't nothing wrong with this chemistry. Ain't nothing wrong with this place for me. And time tells the test of pedigree. Experience is another one meant for me.
We are the Savers, the Society of Elegant Persons of the Congo. You see, my friends, with every brace and every cufflink, we say, I am the master of my fate. I am captain of my soul.
Maybe it's the 2.5 centuries of friendships that have begun over Guinness. Maybe it's our welcoming balance of roasted bittersweet flavor, or how the long-lasting head keeps every sip fresh over the course of a long conversation. But there is something about a Guinness that reminds you there's less that separates us than brings us together. Here's to us all.
Top 10 of the week.
Some of them never know me. Some of them don't know me. Some of them keep for me. Every time the people jump in. Some of them wanna win for me. Some of them boogie down for me. Me